Ladies and gentlemen, today I bring you the untold cautionary tale of a young, quiet high schooler from Detroit. A kid who sat in the back of the classroom, scribbling rhymes in his notebook while the world seemed determined to crush him. His name? Marshall Bruce Mathers III. You might know him as Eminem, but back then he was just that skinny kid with the bleached blonde hair and the beat-up notebook. Now, here's the thing about quiet kids. People assume they're harmless, passive, easy to overlook. But let me tell you something. The quiet ones aren't weak. They're ticking time bombs of creativity, resilience, and, if you're not careful, lyrical fury that will tear your reputation apart in a 4-minute diss track. Imagine it. A teenage Marshall, a kid from a broken home, navigating a school system where bullies thrived and the teachers just looked the other way. He was quiet. Not because he had nothing to say, but because he was saving his words for something bigger. This is where bullies make their first mistake. They think silence means surrender. But for Marshall, silence was his laboratory. Every insult hurled at him became a line, every shove became a verse, and every moment of pain became a lyric. While they were busy being cruel, he was busy becoming a legend. The second mistake? Underestimating the quiet kid's potential. Marshall wasn't just writing to pass the time. He was crafting weapons, verses sharper than any blade, rhymes that hit harder than any punch. And when the time came, those bullies became the inspiration for tracks that millions would scream along to. Do you think those bullies ever imagined they'd end up immortalized in songs like Brain Damage? Probably not. But here we are, decades later, and they're still playing the villains in his story. That's what happens when you mess with the quiet kid. The beauty of it all? Marshall turned his pain into poetry, his struggles into success, and his silence into a megaphone that the whole world couldn't ignore. The lesson here, my friends, is simple. Never bully the quiet kid. You might just be handing them the material for their greatest hits. Eminem's story is a reminder that the quiet kid in the back of the class could be the next great artist, leader, or innovator. Or, at the very least, they might be writing a song about you. And trust me, it won't be flattering. So, to all the quiet kids out there, keep writing, keep dreaming, and let the haters fuel your fire. And to the bullies? Well, let's just say you might want to check the Billboard charts before running your mouth. Because as Marshall Mathers taught us all, you can go from being the kid nobody believed in to the rap god who owns the mic. Stay quiet, stay strong, and one day the world might just hear you louder than anyone else.